Building from static meshes. Alright, so this is a bit of a no-brainer, but still has to be said. This is the content browser, and in the content browser there's a lot of very cool meshes. Okay, that's not the no-brainer part, but these meshes can be used to create a level, and these meshes can be in combination with each other to create very cool geometry. Now, here's the no-brainer part. Students get really caught up on detail, and they get caught up on, making mistakes and everything else. So I'm just going to kind of throw a few things out here, haphazardly. And we'll see how many mistakes I make. Now, sure, I've built with these things before, but it's just me kind of looking around at shapes. Okay, so I'm kind of blindly going through here, just grabbing a shape, saying, oh, that'd be cool. That's a cool one. I wonder what that looks like. Sometimes they pop up, sometimes they don't. There we go. So I'm deciding which ones to use based upon how cool they look as a thumbnail. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Oh, that's a big one. Yeah. Oh, like those little neck windows. By the way, to get to all these, you just hit Static Mesh and make sure this one's on right here. That way all of them show up at once. Like that little thing. Alright, so let's go play around with these shapes, see what we can get. Alright, now, in order for this to work, I would highly suggest turning this down. And you're going to be doing a lot of moving, rotating, and scaling non-uniformly. Okay? This is nothing like how you were building with BSP. It's a lot more freedom here. But what you have to kind of do is think of Legos. Okay? Think of Legos. So in Legos, we build things and then we make those things into bigger things. So we start out small and make bigger. Using Alt in the left and right arrows, we can perfectly align this stuff if the grid spacing is all the way up. So right now, you can see my grid spacing is very intense. Let's see if I can get down there. Nope, it doesn't even show up right now. Oh, because I'm in perspective, duh. So let's go in here. Nope. It's probably the resolution of my video. It's right there. I think it's like 1024 or something like that. Grid spacing is 1. Wow. Grid spacing is 1. Duh, because yeah, the smaller the number. Alright, so here, if you hold Alt, you can make a copy of it. Let's say I need to slide it over some. You can use Alt and then the arrows to perfectly slide this over. You do not want to do this. Don't collapse it in on itself. See that shiny stuff that's occurring? That's called backface culling. So when you're running past this stuff in the level, that stuff shines like no other. So you don't want that to happen. You want to do this. That looks a lot better. So I generally slide it too far and then use Alt to push it back. Now keep in mind, the people that made these meshes made them with the idea of putting them together. So a lot of times you're going to get lucky and say, wow, that fits perfectly on the top of these things. But really, it's because they are in the power of 2. And people have developed them that way. So there we go. There's a nice little wall. And now I want this wall to be expandable. So let's say I put a pillar here. You're going to find a lot of pillars within levels. And you're going to ask yourself why they do that. And the answer is very simple. It hides a lot of mistakes. I like this base. I'm going to use it. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger as the base goes. I'm building all in the perspective window. Now you can use the orthographics, that's fine too. But again, this isn't like what you were doing before. This is a lot different. Don't try to build a world, build a wall. Alright, liking it, work it. Okay, so let's say copy this one. Make it thinner. Set it up on top. And now you can stretch these things, but beware that, at a certain point they do break, texture-wise. And you can also use Alt with the scaling factor. You just got to find the right combination of buttons to do the different types of scaling. So in this case, don't really have one for Y. Oh, there we go. And it snapped. Perfect. I don't know if I like that top one. Maybe this little top right here will help break up the monotony of it. It's too big, so I'm going to scale it down. And push it in some. And there we go. That's exactly what I want. It's just a little bit of poking through. So step back, kind of look at what your creation is. See if you like it or not. If you can add to it, that's fine. If you can't, you can't. Alright, so a good creation, you should be able to duplicate it. If you hold Control, you can click all these meshes at the same time. And what I like to do is this. I use Alt to duplicate the entire mess, and then I right click on it and I say Group Actors. Don't group your original, group your copy. And now when you put this together, look at what happens. There we go. So there's an example. I have 2 more examples over here. I have this section of wall, and I have this one. Alright, now in the assignment you're going to be creating some towers, okay? And in those towers you're going to have 4 towers with 4 platforms each. That means at any one point there's a platform, maybe here that people can stand on, maybe a little bit of pillars holding that platform up, and then another spire that goes up. So think of the Tower of Babel. Okay. The idea here is to get variations of wall put together. Okay. Now, that means that you have to stay here a little bit and make different sections of wall. My suggestion to you is probably make about 8 sections of wall right now and then move on to the next video using the various tricks I showed you. And it's no big deal, no tricks available, just the alt to copy and then the alt arrows to move it around with the grid spacing very tight. Alright, enjoy, and when you are done, move on to the next video.